What up, guys? It's that time again, and we're doing another controversial fight. This time it's Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, and this was a huge controversy. Many people talk. They say Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn in Jeff Horn's home country of Australia, but Jeff Horn got the decision. But we're gonna break this fight down, see how I score. Score along with me, guys. Make sure you score each round, and then at the end, let me know as always how you score. But without any more, let's hop into this fight and see how it goes. Alright, both guys in the middle of the ring. Jeff Horn with the feigning. Pacquiao keeping the hands up. Horn throwing a hook, lead hook. Pacquiao with his movement. Good right hand from Horn, but he's jumping in with it. Jeff Horn is coming out, you can see he's trying to be the aggressor. Coming out a little reckless. I'm talking about Horn. Pacquiao is just moving around, getting the feel for himself. Jeff Horn, he's the bigger guy. You can tell size-wise and height-wise. He should be working the jab. I like that he's pressuring, but he should work the jab, to set up those right hands. Good sneaky left by Pacquiao. And I think Pacquiao should keep his head movement and just be explosive and shoot. Pacquiao can't stay squared up like that when they're on the inside. It was good defense, hands up, but he should be ready to counter off that. But I am liking Pacquiao's footwork, though. He's moving, stay moving. See, the footwork you can see is giving Horn problems because watch when he punches. He jumps in and he crosses his feet. He's being a little rough, trying to push Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao should, while he's moving, when Jeff Horn comes, he should either step back, counter, step to the side, counter, but don't lay on the ropes. See, like that, counter in between his wide shots. Good counter from Horn. See, like that, you saw him, Pacquiao, how he took a step back and then shot his 1-2. That's what I think he should be doing all night, trying to counter. What's going on? Mouthpiece. But like I was saying, Pacquiao should take a step back and counter, and especially start using his lead uppercut, because Horn is ducking down. He should catch up 1-2 and then shoot that lead uppercut right off that. And he should be a little bit quicker with that left hand. Shoot it and then weave out. I'm talking about Pacquiao. He likes that sneaky left hand, but he should just hit and then weave out right away, whether it lands or not. Just get out of there. I can see Pacquiao's trying to look for that hot back overhand left. I think he needs to make it a little bit quicker and shorten it up. See, like that. You see how that left hand popped and then he got out? Just quick like that. Good. But Pacquiao shouldn't stay there. He steps back and counters. That's what he should do. Hop back, counter. Whoa, why isn't the ref saying it? A little rough, a little dirty in there. Time. So, what I was saying was Pacquiao should hop back, let Horn, because you see him, he's just falling in when he punches, so he should hop back, punch, whether you land or not, get out of the way right away, because Horn, you see, he's just getting there wild, throwing punches. But before I continue, I'm giving that 10-9 Pacquiao. At first, early on in the round, it looked like it was going to swing to Jeff Horn's round because Pacquiao was just moving. You could see he was trying to feel it out, and Horn was just coming out wild. But then Pacquiao started getting the rhythm, starting to get in his groove. And then you see him, like now he's using his footwork. He's trying to hop back, counter, or use that sneaky left hand. Another thing I'm noticing is Pacquiao is like stepping back and then throwing an overhand left, but he keeps landing right here. I think he should turn it in a little bit more. So he's shooting it like that, turn it in more, and I think he'll catch Horn on the chin. But if I was just Pacquiao's corner, I'd be like, hey Pacquiao, good round. Keep using your footwork. I would tell him immediately. The first thing I noticed is Horn got no footwork. He's just punching and then crossing his feet, walking towards you. I would say, hey, whether you're jabbing, punching, coming, use your footwork. Hit, move, hit, change the angle. Especially when you see him come forward, hop back, shoot your shots, and then immediately slide out. Preferably, I would say hit him with the 1-2. Remember, he's southpaw, Pacquiao southpaw, so he should hit the right, left, come up with that uppercut, and then either finish with left hand or that uppercut and then slide out to the right. Same thing with the left. I would say, well, yeah, I would say slide out to the right after that, because Pacquiao can hop out that way. But if he doesn't, just weave and slide out to the left. But I would say do that, do more of that. And I would tell him, don't look so much for that overhand left. Leave it on. Let's save it for later in the fight. I could see like he's looking for that over. Save it. Let's save it. Just hop back and shoot that straight left if he wants. Because Horn, you see his defense. He's here coming at you like that. So let him run into the straight. If I was in Horn's corner, I'd be like, listen, Horn, you're a taller fighter. You're the bigger fighter. Naturally bigger than Pacquiao. So I would say pressure him, but behind the jab. And the moment you get inside, let your hands go, but get physical. Like, make it rough where you're pushing on the inside, you're using your weight, you're laying on Pacquiao. Anything you can do to wear Pacquiao down. He's the older fighter, so let's wear him down with, you know, the youth and not experience, youth and size. Just wear him down. Inside, you're holding him, put your weight on him. He's in close, just let his hands. He wants to stay on the ropes, push, hit, lean on him for a second, then hit, even lean and throw some small shots in there while you're doing it. I would just say, like, put your weight, pressure him, and wear him down like that, and we're going to get him a little bit later too. So let's hop in round number 2, guys, see how that goes. Round number 2. You see Jeff Horn moving around, trying something different, trying to catch Pacquiao off guard. See, like that. If I was Jeff Horn, I mean, I would lean on Pacquiao, put weight, because Horn has fought as heavy as middleweight, I believe. So, you know, put a weight, put the size on Pacquiao. You know, Pacquiao walks around pretty much his fight weight, 145, 146. So, I mean, it's a little rough, dirty, but, you know, if I was Horn, that's what I would be doing. That was a good counter left hook from Horn, catching Pacquiao off guard. And that's what Horn should do, is work more his jab. He shouldn't be trying to jump in like that. Like, use the jab to help him get on the inside. See, even if it's not landing, it's okay. It's keeping Pacquiao from not punching. So that's why you just keep working that jab and then throw your shots right off of it. Pacquiao, he should be moving his head a little bit more and then trying to catch. Whoa, that was an elbow. But Pacquiao should be working his jab and then, like, keep using his movement and footwork and stay away from the ropes, because when he stays on the ropes, that's when Jeff Horn gets, you know, confidence and start letting his hands go. And Pacquiao look for a wide right hook to the body. I think Pacquiao should focus on straight shots right now. He should focus on straight shots. Just because Jeff Horn is right there, his head is passing his front knee, so that means he's bringing his head closer to Pacquiao to be hit. So he should hit him with straight shots first, and then he can start worrying about adding hooks later on. Good counter left from Pacquiao. See, Pacquiao just needs to do little moves like that, like pull back, shoot the left, take a small step back, shoot left, 1-2, stuff like that, little things. And Pacquiao should not let Jeff Horn get in close. If he gets in close, either he holds him or, you know, step to the side angle. He shouldn't be trying to stay there. I think Pacquiao is looking too much for that overhand left. Good left hand to the body. See why I'm saying straight shots? Because it works. Oh, he caught him that time with that overhand left. Pacquiao shouldn't stay on the ropes. He should be moving like that. Just little movements like that. Just getting out. That's all Pacquiao really needs to do. I gave that Horn, though. I gave it 10-9 Horn. it was more like Horn was being more active. I gave it more on his activity. To me, it looked like Pacquiao was trying to look too much for that overhand left, a little too much, and while he was looking for that, he was letting Horn just pick up his pace, and let his hands go. But towards the end, I mean, it was getting a little bit better. But I hope you guys are seeing small glimpses of what I'm talking about, like that one where Pacquiao stepped back and then shot the straight left hand. That's why I think he should just straight shots. If I was Pacquiao's corner, I'd be like, listen, man, just focus on straight shots. Don't worry about those hooks. Don't worry about hooking to the body or anything. Straight shots. Pacquiao, he's pretty much, he's been made a lot of his career off straight shots, especially that straight left hand. So I'd be like, Pacquiao, just let your hands go straight, and then once you start hitting them, then we can start adding hooks. Don't try to jump right away into hooks or anything, especially with someone wild like that. You don't want to slow down or open yourself up by coming out for a hook. You see what I'm saying? Like how you come there, just straight beat him down, and then eventually, like when you see him running in, then you can slide off of a punch. You see what I'm saying? Like that. See, making it easier for yourself. So I would just tell him straight shots back out. Beat him with straight shots. And don't focus so much on that overhand left. He did land it one time, but it wasn't full impact. It was more Horn coming in. I would just say, shoot the straight left. Shoot the straight left. Pull back and shoot that straight left, Pacquiao. Beat him like that. And then if he starts like trying to figure it out or avoid it, then we can change it up into that overhand left. But I just feel like he's too focused on that overhand left, and it's hurting him from doing other things. If I was in Horn's corner, I'd be like, listen, man, we won that round. You did a lot. You were moving. You were trying to do things. But I would tell him, like, listen, don't try to jump in, because then you guys get tangled up. He slips or anything. Work your jab. Even if Pacquiao's here sliding out, it's okay. Keep his hands here. It's better to have Pacquiao's hands here than Pacquiao's hands here. You see what I'm saying? I'll be like, work that jab. Keep him busy. And then when you see the hands here, then you can shoot a right hand to the head or to the body, and then start letting your hands go, back him into the ropes. And the moment you see him on the ropes, let your hands go and uppercuts. Because Pacquiao, he keeps his hand here, but he stays tight, and he's pretty good at blocking body shots, staying like here, moving his hands like this. So I would say uppercuts. Start sliding your uppercuts a lot with Pacquiao. Catch him off guard with the uppercuts. But let's hop into round number 3 and see how that goes. Round number 3. Horns is working the jab, help him set that combo up, and that's what Horn needs to be doing. Just keep working the jab, just like that. Pacquiao, he should feint, and don't slide straight back. I think he should start sliding in angles now, because Jeff Horn is going to try to push him into the ropes. Good jab like that, and then I think while he jabs backward, he should shoot that left hand. I'm talking about Pacquiao. Good. I liked how Horn, he read. Pacquiao kept leaning, ducking down, and he saw that, so he shot the right hand low and caught Pacquiao. So I think Pacquiao should be trying to counter a little bit more. When Horn gets inside, shoot like a little uppercut, because he's going to lean in, catch him with that left uppercut. So jab, and the moment he gets inside, that left uppercut right away. But he shouldn't stay there. You see Pacquiao landed a shot and then stood there, and it let Jeff Horn throw punches. Good left hand from Pacquiao and good hook from Horn, but I think Pacquiao's left hand did more damage. You could tell it buzzed Horn a little bit. And see, this is why I keep saying Pacquiao should throw it straight, because when he throws it straight, he lands, and you can see it has more of an impact than that overhand left right now. Good right hook from Pacquiao. Good combination. Yeah, see how Pacquiao's trying to use his footwork to change angles? That's what I think he should do, but stay away from those ropes. Horn should be working his jab. He should be working that jab just to hide his punches. Now he's trying to jump in. See, there you go. He got Pacquiao where he wanted, but he backed up. He should have been pressuring him a little bit more. I can see Horn's getting a little dirty, but I think he needs to do that because he doesn't have the skills, no disrespect, to compete with Pacquiao. So he needs to do whatever he can. Good left hand from Pacquiao. It looked like more of a hook. I think Pacquiao should also attack the body a little bit too. When he's in there exchanging, yeah, see, like he shot a jab and then shot that left hook to the body. Much better round from Pacquiao. I like this round a lot better for Pacquiao. So, like I said, I think it was a much better round for Pacquiao. So I'm giving it 10-9 Pacquiao. One thing I'm starting to notice is that overhand left he's looking for. It's kind of, I don't, in the middle of the third round, I didn't say it, but it made me realize that he's kind of looking for the same overhand left that he did against Ricky Hatton when they fought, because Ricky Hatton and Horn have similar styles in the sense, I don't want any Ricky Hatton fans getting mad at me, but in the sense that they come forward and they're a little bit like aggressive. In that sense, they're aggressive fighters, but they kind of had the same thing. They kind of like move around and jump in like that. Now Hatton was a lot sharper, crisper, and faster with his punches. Horn's kind of like all over the place. So I mean, I can break it down like how they're similar things, but they're very different fighters. But anyway, so by me saying that, that's what it's looking like. That's why I think Pacquiao is looking for that overhand left a lot, is because if you remember in the Hatton fight, that's how he knocked him out. Was he jabbed, slipped, and threw that overhand left that caught Ricky Hatton trying to jump in like that. So I think it's the same thing, but in this fight, I think it's a little different because Horn's bigger and taller. Ricky Hatton's more his height. Horn's a little bit taller, so I think it's making it a little bit harder to land that overhand left. I think Pacquiao should shoot that straight left because he's having more success, and it looked like in that round he buzzed Horn a little bit with that straight left because Horn was pressure. Pacquiao caught him with the left hand, then he started backing around, moving around, sliding around, and he wasn't pressuring as much, and even came to a point he had Pacquiao on the ropes one time, and then he just backed up, and guess what, Pacquiao came forward. So I think, you know, I'm just saying all this because this is what I'm thinking, that Pacquiao is trying to do the same thing that he did against Ricky Hatton with that overhand left, which is, I think, is a good plan, but I think the difference is the height. You see what I'm saying? Hatton was more Pacquiao's height, Horn's taller, so I think it makes it a little bit harder, you know, because he's got to aim up now a little bit more. But also, I think the left hand is working better. I think I would tell Pacquiao, I'd be like, listen, man, let's focus on that left hand, straight left hand more, because it's landing for you a lot better and you're doing more damage with it. Don't focus so much. I mean, he has landed a few times, but it's not the same impact as that straight left hand where he's getting that leverage. So I would tell Pacquiao, focus more on your straight left hand. And also, when he gets in those exchanges, don't just keep swinging to the head, you know, because you see Horn's ducking and he's trying to throw like this. So they get in that exchange where they're trying to throw head hunt. I would say, you know, touching the body. Yeah, you hit him again to a couple shots to the head. Immediately go back with that straight left hand to the body. Break him down. Break the bigger guy down by wearing him out, hitting him with that straight left hand to the body. And I would say keep using your angles. Don't just slide straight back. You know, try to like slide back and then step over to your left side, step to your right. Like keep changing up. Don't go straight back, because when, you know, in spots when Pacquiao has stayed on ropes, Horn has came on, let his hands go. But in that round, when you saw it's more like they were in the middle of the ring, it was more Pacquiao's favor. Like Horn can't compete with Pacquiao in the middle of the ring. So I would tell him, like, stay in the middle of the ring, move around, use the ring. It looks like it's a big ring. Use all that ring and just let your hands go. Don't stay on the ropes. If I was in Horn's corner, I would tell him, like, look, man, you gotta pressure. Work your jab and start shooting the right hands to the body. Shoot him to the body. Even if he blocks it, it's okay. Shoot it to the body, come up with the hook, then the right hand. Just, you gotta let your hands go, especially body, because Pacquiao's now starting to slip, and he's trying to even throw the counter like that. Like, listen, he's looking for an overhand left for that. So, you know, break it, like, hit him down. Don't just try to run in like this, like, jab. If you see it, you can catch that overhand left, or if you don't fully extend that right hand, it may fall short. So I'd be like, you know, let your hands go a little bit more. Don't just try to here and then jump in where it makes it easier to get hit with that overhand left. Like, use your arms, because he's the taller, longer fighter. So I'd be like, use your length, hit, and then get inside. Like, when you see that he can't hit you with that overhand left, then let your hands go. And then I would say, when you're inside, don't focus so much on hook, uppercuts to the body, uppercuts to the head. Just let those hands go. Let your hands go. So let's hop in round number 4 and see how that goes. Round number 4. Both guys are trying to work their lead hand. Pacquiao should see. This is why I said Pacquiao shouldn't stay on the ropes. He got hit with shots unnecessarily, and Horn got a little confident, let his hands go. See, like when they're in the middle of the ring like this, well, that wasn't a good example, but when they're in the middle of the ring like this, Horn doesn't throw as many punches and doesn't get as aggressive. Good left hand from Pacquiao, but Horn doesn't get aggressive, unlike when Pacquiao's on on the rope. I said left because he's looking for that overhand left, and like I said, I think Pacquiao should start looking for a straight left hand. Shouldn't be looking for that overhand left so much. But you see, like, Horn tries to box, move around like that, but when Pacquiao's on the ropes, that's when he becomes the aggressor and lets his hand, and then he tries to pressure Pacquiao. So I think Pacquiao should be moving his head. See, good straight left hand, slip, and then using his footwork, step around. Also, Pacquiao shouldn't stay there. When Horn comes in, he should take a small step back, because Horn is not just coming in with punches, he's coming in with his whole body. So he should take a step back and then shoot that left hand. Good try. He tried an uppercut. I'm talking about Pacquiao. He tried to go right hook, left uppercut. And I was saying that, I think in round 2, he should be looking for more of that. Pacquiao should work his jab too. See what's Horn looking for, because he moves. Horn, what I'm noticing, Horn is moving around, and then he jumps in, moves around, tries to jump in. And see what I'm saying? Like, he was moving, then he tried jumping in. This is why I need Pacquiao. He should use his footwork, step out of range, take a small step out, and then shoot your straight shots. Don't stay still like that. That was a good move from Horn. Horn's cut too on his right eye. See how Pacquiao's taking a small step back? It's made it a little bit harder for Horn to shoot his shots. Good jab from Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he should be working his jab too, like, to see how Horn, but not to the head, for the chest aim, because see what he's looking for. And remember, he's got to jump in. So if he hits him with that good right hook from Pacquiao and getting out, good exchange. Sorry. So what I was saying was Pacquiao should work his jab, but he shouldn't be headhunt. He should aim to the chest, because Horn is doing a lot of this, and he's moving and then trying to jump in. You see what I'm saying? So if he works that jab, hit him at the chest, because that can stop him, you know, hitting him here. If he jumps, it could stop him. Or even if he comes in, he hit him right there, and guess what? Then he can shoot and land that overhand left. So if I was in Pacquiao's corner, that's what I would tell him. Like, listen, work your jab. Don't headhunt. Just aim for the chest. Pop. And remember, he's moving his head, so his head may even duck where you're here. It may even duck like that, because he's moving, trying to keep, I'm talking about Horn, he's moving, he's trying to keep, you know, Pacquiao off balance. So I'm like, just jab, and guess what? Whether you hit the chin or chest, you're gonna land something. Then you can land, if you hit the chest, land that straight left hand. But if you catch him in chin, then we can shoot that overhand left. So that's what I would tell Pacquiao. But before I continue and go with Horn, I would say I gave that round 10-9 Pacquiao. I just feel like Pacquiao's landing the cleaner punches, more effective punches, the more eye-catching shots right now. Horn, I'm going to be honest real quick before I say about Horn. I'm surprised the referee hasn't said much, because I've noticed this. Horn is being a little bit dirty. Because you saw me, if I froze at one part, it's because I didn't say nothing, but Horn put his forearm across Pacquiao's chest and the referee didn't say nothing. Yeah, I know it's a fight. I know Horn doesn't have much, so he's got to do whatever he can to pull away in the fight, but that is extremely dirty. The forearm, he's leaning on Pacquiao, he's hitting Pacquiao, he elbowed Pacquiao in one of the early rounds. I think it was the first or second round. I was like, and I think I pointed out, I was like, that's an elbow. So I'm surprised. And if I was, you know, one, if I was Pacquiao, I would say something, but two, if Pacquiao's not gonna say nothing, if I was in Pacquiao's corner, as his trainer or his cornerman, I would be like, hey, referee, you know, he's leaning on my guy, he's elbowing my guy, he's, come on, say something. Like, I would be the spokesperson for Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be like, yo, you know, it's my fighter. You know, his life's on the line. Can't can't be letting him get away with stuff like that. I don't know. But that's what I think, like Pacquiao or Pacquiao's corner real quick. Someone should be saying something like that to the referee. And I'm surprised the referee is allowing a lot of it to get away. I know he's mentioned something in some of them, but there's some of them he looks like he's not even saying nothing. So, but I said with Pacquiao, okay, so Horn is moving around a lot, but then he's just like, you can see it when he's about to attack, because he'll move, and then he'll stop right there and then come forward with some shots and get reckless. So I think Horn, he should change it up, work jab, like move around, act like you're faint, like you're about to come forward, and then like, not like faint, and then move around, or feint and then throw a punch. See how Pacquiao is going to react, because I think he's becoming a little too predictable, just moving around, then jumping in, moving around, jumping in, or even just staying right there and then jumping in. Like, Horn's not the fastest guy, so he needs to hide his attack by like movement and then feint. Even if he's staying there, feint, make Pacquiao believe you're about to do it, and then when he bites, then you jump on him and attack. Excuse me for a sec. Sorry about that. But yes, he should feint and then attack. Another thing I think Horn should do is, like, when he punches, don't just keep going forward, because what happens is Pacquiao get in or they'll tie up. So I think what Horn should do is punch, go forward, and then take a small step to his left or right, and then shoot a combination, so Pacquiao isn't able to hold, or you don't get in close where you gotta then hold him and then get in where you're punching, trying to lean back and try to punch, or you're holding him, he's holding you, and you're punching, fighting like that. I think Horn should just hit, take a small step. It doesn't even have to be big. Hit, small step, and then just start letting your hands go. Create some small space for you so you can work, not smother your work. So if I was in Horn, that's what I would tell him. But let's hop in round number 5 and see how that goes. Round number 5. See, there you go. Horn, that's all Horn's got to do is work the jab and feint. He shouldn't jump in like that. Hide that right hand behind the jab. And he's got remember, he's the taller fighter, so he's got longer arms than Pacquiao. Just fully extend. Good body work from Horn. Pacquiao should not stay there. See? Look at the difference. Look at how Horn becomes more aggressive and wants to attack more when Pacquiao lays on the ropes. This is why Pacquiao should stay in that middle ring. He doesn't have to slide. Just step. Don't look for that right hook. Go back to the straight shots. I'm talking about Pacquiao, because I think the straight shots were so much better for him. Good jab. See? Horn tried to come in, and guess what? He caught him with just a nice little jab. Every shot doesn't have to be hard in boxing. It's just some just to discourage. Good left hand to the body. Discourage, or make your opponent feel like, hey, I can't do that again, or that's a mistake. Some shots just get in your opponent's head. Pacquiao's getting a little reckless, throwing that wide left hook so far away. And see, Horn's putting his elbow on back Pacquiao's head. But Pacquiao tried to punch thing in the spot. I think Pacquiao should punch and take a step back, create space. See? Because Horn is just trying to lean forward and get in close, and then make it rough in there. So I think Pacquiao, when Horn comes in, he should take a small step and then counter. Small step, just a small step back. And don't stay on the rope. Good overhand left. But Pacquiao should shoot that straight left. Like when he lands the overhand left, it's not in, he lands it, but it's not in good spots where it's like, where he can get full power on it. But that straight left hand it looks like he's getting full leverage, power, and he's turning more. That's why I keep saying I think Pacquiao should go back to left hand. See? Straight left, just like that. Horn should try to take advantage in there. He wants to be in close. He should be working inside. Pacquiao's doing real good right now. I think Pacquiao should go back to that jab, because when he was using that jab, it was just discouraging. You could see Horn a little bit and helping him set up his other shots. See, you saw how Horn kept coming forward and Pacquiao jabbed back and caught him with a left hand. That's what I'm saying. Just a small step back. That's all Pacquiao's got to do is take small step back like that. You saw it, he feint, and Horn came at him, and then he jabbed, took a step back, and then shot that left hand. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just that small little step back, and he'll catch him. But before I continue, 10-9 Pacquiao. But yes, that's what I'm saying. Like a small little step back like that, because when he sits there and tries to like time him and shoot the left hand, especially that overhand left, he misses, and then guess what? He gets into this he gets close with Horn, and then that's when Horn is either inside, punching, or being dirty, leaning on him, elbow behind the neck, or you see what I'm saying, like that. So if I was in Pacquiao's corner, I'd tell him like, listen, man, just take a step back. Just you don't have to hop back, you don't have to slide. Just take a small step back with a jab, hook, and then shoot your left hand. You'll catch him every time. Like, you take that small step, because all he's trying to do is, see, one thing, watch Horn's feet. He's stepping, and then he'll hop in and plant. It's not like he's pushing off his back foot to come forward. He's here slamming his feet down, and then he's trying to come after. That's why you see, like, he's Pacquiao, when Horn comes forward and Pacquiao's moving backward, that's why Horn's always a step behind, because he's landing on both his feet. He's like flat-footed, slamming both his feet down, and then trying to jump in. You see what I'm saying? So I would tell Pacquiao, look, listen, you're gonna beat this man by using your feet. So keep using your feet, keep him off balance, and let your hands go. Like, hit, take a step back, boom, catch him. Hit, step back, count, and then slide out. Don't stay right there in front of him. Like, just slide out. Use your feet and beat him. He can beat him real simple just by that. That's all he can do. Just take a step back and counter, and that's what I tell him. Like, keep the fight simple. You beat him easily, man. So, also I gave Pacquiao that round because I thought he was doing really good. Like, I mean, at first it looked like it could, it was going like, it was kind of like one of those rounds, like, but as the round kept going on, it was Pacquiao. He started letting his hands go. He started getting comfortable. He was working the jab, shooting that left hand, catching him. Horn really is just doing the same thing. Horn is not making any adjustments. Horn, if I was in his corner, I'd be like, listen, Horn, you got to make some adjustments. Work your jab. You're just trying to depend movement and then rush in. You're just trying to, like, throw a right hand, lean forward, cross your feet, and then cross your feet again and throw another punch. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would tell him, like, listen, man, work your jab, let your hands go. I'd be like, pressure him. Just pressure him. Like, keep your hands up, move your head, jab, throw that right hand, and start working that body. Start working your body. Make him drop his hands, and then come right back up top after that. But pressure him. I'd be like, pressure him. Because him moving around, like, in my scorecard, he's losing. He's won one round. It was the second that I had him. But I'm like, yo, you're losing these rounds. We got to pick it up. So pressure him. I'm like, go after him. But behind the jab. Don't just stay there and look at him and then try to jump in with that right. Like, jab. Back him up. Whether the jab lands or not. Jab, right hand. Jab, right hand to the body. And then work. Touch that body. Bring those hands down. And then come back up top. But let's hop into round number 6 and see how that goes. Round number 6. Pacquiao moving, Pacquiao on the move, Horn pressuring. And this is what I think Horn should do, exactly like that. Pressure, good uppercut, working on the inside. This is what Horn needs to be and needs to stay, make the fight. Pacquiao, I don't like how he's standing tall and he's squared up. He should be in his stance, ready to throw uppercuts and be low. Pacquiao shouldn't be standing tall. You can see Pacquiao wants to get him back. Horn can't be moving around boxing like this. He should keep pressuring him, because when he gives Pacquiao space and time and try to box with him, you can see Pacquiao is the far superior boxer, faster hands. And I think there was a head clash while I was talking. But you see what I'm saying? The head clash, this is why I think Pacquiao shouldn't be staying still as well. What I mean by that is what I've been telling you guys is, like, when Horn comes forward, sometimes Pacquiao just stays there and tries to look for an overhand left or try to counter. And this is, remember, naturally a right-handed southpaw, they're going to collide heads. But when you got an aggressive fighter that comes forward a lot like that with his head, it's only going to increase the percentage of clashing head and clash heads and how severe it is, especially with someone like that comes forward like that. I'm talking about Horn. So this is why I think Pacquiao should be hitting as soon as Horn comes to, even if he doesn't, step back and then shoot. Horn's back on his jab, trying to pressure. This is what I think Horn should do. Pressure, but not just one punch. Let his hands go, back Pacquiao into the ropes. Start letting his hands go. I think Pacquiao, I keep saying that, I think he should stop looking for that overhand left and shoot a straight shot. And if he can't shoot the straight shot to the head, shoot it to the body. Horn is perfectly in position for that straight left hand to the body, so he should shoot it. But Horn shouldn't just be moving around. He should be pressuring. Use that jab. Don't get reckless. I'm not saying just hands up like this and just come forward. But work. Let your hands go. I'm talking about for Horn. While he comes forward, let the hands go and push Pacquiao into the ropes. Because when he pushes Pacquiao, good counter from Pacquiao. I like that. See, this is why I was saying Pacquiao should take small steps. That was like perfect example right there. But when Horn just tries to stay here and box, you can see it's not Horn's style, and this style favors Pacquiao. But when he puts Pacquiao on the ropes, this is where he can be aggressive, he can be dirty, he can use his size on Pacquiao. And this is why I say, like, he should pressure, use his physical advantages over Pacquiao. Pacquiao is naturally the smaller guy, so he should be trying to back him up and keep him on the ropes. And I think Horn should be working that body a little bit more. Like, he shouldn't be headhunting so much. Good right hand. I think that was a good hook from Pacquiao too. Right hook. But I think Horn's had a better exchange of that. And thank goodness, I gotta say, thank goodness they switched camera. I don't know who's doing the camera work, but he was all shaky all over the place. Sorry about that. But I think Horn needs to change it up and become the pressure fighter. And I think Pacquiao needs to stop. That's the second time I've seen him get caught in the same round because he's leaning too much to his left. So I gave that 10-9 Pacquiao. Thought Pacquiao won that round. But if I was in Pacquiao's corner, I would tell him, like, listen, stop slipping to your left. He got caught twice. That I saw, that was like really eye-catching. Like, you got caught with that right hand. You starting to look for it. So I would say stop leaning. Take that, because you're leaning right in and he's catching you with the right hand. He's picking up on that. He's picking up on your patterns. So I would say, mix it up. If you lean here, come back. Or not lean, but like slip. If you're don't stay here. This is leaning. You're leaning. Now, if you're going to go here, come back. Or you're going to be here, take a step back. Sorry, I can't. Don't lean. I'm not telling lean back. I'm in a chair. So I can't, but like step back. So I would say, like, you're here, take a step back in case if he throws that right hand. But also, I would just tell Pacquiao, stop. I know I keep saying it, but stop trying to look for that overhand left. Shoot that straight left hand. Like, when he's trying to duck, so he's trying to duck and shoot it here. I think Pacquiao should just flip, shoot that straight. And if he can't, for some reason, he can't work, body. Because Horn is just here ducking, punching like this. So all this is exposed. He's not protecting this. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's got to give Horn some credit, even though he's sloppy. He is tucking his chin in and protect as he gets wild. So, it may not have the same impact, or it may miss for whatever reason, but body. Aim that straight left hand to the body. If you can't hit him to the head, straight left hand to the body. So I would tell Pacquiao, if I was in Horn's corner, I'd be like, listen, man, every time you put Pacquiao on the corner, on the ropes, your favor. But then when you try boxing with him, it's in Pacquiao's favor. You got to pressure him. And I'm not saying getting reckless where he's here or throwing crazy shots. But what I'm saying is, pressure coming forward, working that jab, moving that head, letting your hands go. Even if you hold, like, push Pacquiao on the ropes or anything, then try to break out of the hold, or just push him and then let your hands go. You see what I'm saying? Like, he has to change it up. Like, he can't sit there trying to box with Pacquiao, because when it does, it's Pacquiao's favor. Even if he has small successes here and there, Pacquiao starts picking it up, figuring them out, and then starts letting his hands go and where he's landing shots. So Horn has to break the rhythm, and that's why I think pressure, because Pacquiao, one of Pacquiao's biggest mistakes I've always seen is when he stays on the ropes, he stands tall like this. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've noticed with Pacquiao. He's very hittable with uppercuts. That's why I say throw uppercuts. He stands tall like this, and sometimes he'll be in his stance, but then eventually he'll square up like this, and then he's like, trying to block. So that's why I would say pressure him. He's not going to fight off the ropes. Pressure him, keep him on the ropes, and let your hands go. And even if you get tangled up, walk him back to the ropes. So that's what I think Horn should do. But let's hop in round number 7 and see how that goes. Round number 7, Good 1-2 from Pacquiao. So this is why Horn needs to move his head and pressure, because when he lets Pacquiao think, get time to see his movement, then this is why Pacquiao can counter him or set traps and catch him off guard. Horn has to pressure, keep Pacquiao on that back foot and force Pacquiao to throw punches. And then guess what? Sometimes he can get Pacquiao, like especially when he's ducking his head, you'll notice Pacquiao will shoot shots but really isn't trying to place like really good shots. So like force Pacquiao into a firefight. And Pacquiao did good jabbing and stepping out, keeping his range. So I like how Pacquiao keeps using his footwork, but I think, off that jab, he should start shooting that straight left hand. See, there you go, like that. I don't think Horn should have held though. I think he should have been trying to punch and let his hands go, because that's exactly where he wanted. Pacquiao was on those ropes. I like how he's feinting. I like the change up. See, you see how he didn't even really punch. He was more feint. Change, like going side to side, like constantly making it different. Because by him just keep doing the same thing. I'm talking about Horn, just coming in, jumping in, hopping around, then jumping in. Like you become predictable, and Pacquiao can see a pattern coming. See, I definitely like. This is a much better round in the sense of like Horn of changing up, being a little different. Even though I think he should be pressuring. I can see some, like he is making adjustments. I can see some adjustments being made. Can see both guys trying to work in there, and that's what Horn wants. Force Pacquiao to exchange with you in those spots, and don't headhunt so much. Work your body, work the body. And I don't know if that was from a head clash or from when an elbow Horn used when he was on the inside. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I was saying. Pacquiao should say something, or Pacquiao's corner should say something, because Horn is being very, very dirty. And I'm surprised the referee hasn't said that. This is where, as a cornerman, you jump up and you say, you defend your fighter. Like, hey, yo, he's doing this, he's doing that. Keep an eye out for it. Like, you bring attention. Especially Pacquiao. I think, being such a experienced fighter, it's not being rude or anything. You're being humble, but you're telling the ref, like, hey, he's headbutting me. Good work from both guys, but, hey, he's headbutting me. Like, keep an eye out, Good exchange, good flurry, good uppercut from Pacquiao. So, but yeah, like I was saying, like, it's not being, like, disrespectful, but just tell him, like, hey, ref, he's headbutting me, keep an eye out or something, like, because this is your life you're putting on the line, and, if the referee ain't going to be calling these things, then, I think, oh, whoops, I thought the round was over. Oh, now it is. But, as a fighter, your life is on the line, and, you're trying to be fair, fighting under, the rules, and if someone's going to be breaking it, it's, some repercussions to be taken, so I think Pacquiao, like, and people might say, Pacquiao's humble, and you don't have to say, like, yo, ref, he's headbutting me, can you keep an eye on that? Or something like, ref, like, hey, headbutt, it hurts. Something, or have, with him being a humble guy, Freddie Roach or Boo Boo, or I think it's Boo Boo, one of Pacquiao's good friends that works his corner. Someone should jump up and be like, ref, yo, the headbutt, like, let them take care of it. Like, Pacquiao doesn't feel like, let someone, like, someone should, you shouldn't just let a fighter get away with that. Like, you should be constantly bringing it up. And if it escalates worse, then, I think the commission's there. Like, someone should go to the commission, like, have one of your cornermen be like, yo, talk to the commission, or even after the fight, be like, yo, go to the commission, be like, listen, man, the fight, it's dangerous enough, and then our fighters being, headbutt, arm, forearm, all that extra. Like, I understand accidents, but some of it's just getting a little reckless. But, those are my just thoughts on, besides, because people, you guys might be watching this. I'm pretty sure people watching this live, like, yo, headbutts to this and that. That's why I think, sometimes fighters or even the cornermen should step up and say some extra stuff. But let's go into it. I gave that round 10-9 Horn. I thought Horn was doing a lot better changing it up, changing his style up, mixing it up. Like sometimes he was using head movements and then punch. He was using herky jerky moves, stepping to the side and then jumping in. He did get Pacquiao on the ropes, I think 2 or 3 times, and then was starting to work there. This is what I think Horn should be doing. I just think the only difference is I think he should be pressuring more. Force Pacquiao to get in exchanges with you, because sometimes, Pacquiao likes to, I've noticed this, Pacquiao likes to set his punches up, set his counters, but sometimes when you force him into an exchange, sometimes he's just throwing his hands, just throw his hands to hit you back. See what I'm saying? So with someone like Horn that you don't, you're not talented in the sense of speed, power, technique, fundamentals, force Pacquiao, force another fighter to exchange with you and, get wild, make him want to exchange, and guess what? It's going to go in your favor, because then the technique or just that I got to hit you back type thing is like going out the window, and, it's like I got to hit you. You hit me, I got to hit you back. You see what I'm saying? Now it goes into your favor. I'm talking about like forcing Pacquiao to exchange with you, because now guess what? Pacquiao's not using his brain, not thinking. He's more, I got to hit you back, and guess what? You go, yeah, this is what I want. Now we can exchange, we can go tit for tat, and it's better than that than you trying to box with Pacquiao and then you jump in or you make a move and Pacquiao has already got it calculated and it fires off in exchange and then got you off guard or catching you and beating you. So that's why I think Horn should pressure more and make Pacquiao fight, or push him on the ropes where he can start letting his hands go, get rough. Like anytime they're on the ropes, Horn should not be holding Pacquiao. He should be trying to push Pacquiao off, let his hands go, doing whatever he can. Don't just sit there and be like, okay, because that's all the hard work. You did all your hard work to get him in that one spot. Now you're letting him off the hook. No, keep him there. Keep him there. Even if he's holding one arm, just start letting that other hand go. Letting it go until you can get that hand free or referee breaks up, and then you're back on top of him. Pacquiao, like I said, I think his corner or him should say something about the dirty stuff. But Pacquiao needs to keep that space, keep that distance, and don't let Horn back you into the ropes. I don't think Pacquiao should be staying on the ropes and just hanging out there, because Horn is the bigger guy, dirtier fighter, and physically stronger guy. So I don't think he should let someone like that impose their will or size on them in the fight. He should just hit, step back. And even if you feel like you're not like in range or anything, you don't feel comfortable, slide out. Just use your feet and slide out. Like we've seen Pacquiao use his feet and keeping that distance and making it harder for Horn to land his shots. And that's what I think Pacquiao should keep doing, is keep that distance. Even if he's hopping back and then shoot quick one shot or 2 shots and then get out and then shoot another one, he should keep doing the same thing. Just keep going back in a straight line where then you're like this, and guess what? Horn can just pick it up and let his hands go. But let's hop in round number 8 and see how that goes. Round number 8. What happened? Oh, tape. So I think Horn should be pressuring. Pacquiao needs to keep working his jab, footwork, mostly footwork. I think Pacquiao needs to keep using his feet, don't stay planted. And using that upper body movement like how he was just doing. Good, Pacquiao. See, just simple stuff like that. That's all he's got to do. Nothing too flashy, nothing much. I think Pacquiao needs to do just stuff like this, and he'll be good to go. Horn, they both got tangled. I can't blame either one. It was both tangled. Horn should be working that jab and pressuring. Like, he shouldn't be pulling back like that. He should just depend on more his defense, hands up, slips and stuff. But see how he's getting reckless? He's just trying to throw a right hand. Good left hand from Pacquiao. You can see that buzzed him a little bit, Horn. But this is why Horn, he can't see. He's just trying to jump in with that one shot. This is why I say work the jab and let combos go. Let the hands fly. By him trying to just jump in for one shot, guess what? Pacquiao's going to see it and do like that, duck and slide out, or catch him with a combination. And like in there, Horn should have been trying to let his hands go. That was a push. Yeah, it was more like them tangled up and stuff. But Pacquiao should be going behind the jab. Don't get reckless. So I think Pacquiao, should be working that jab up and down, mostly at the chest, and then shoot that straight left hand to the body or to the head, preferably to the body. So I like how Pacquiao slid out of there. Horn needs to work behind the jab. Don't just try to, jump in with 1 or 2 shots. He needs to work that jab. Keep Pacquiao distracted with that jab, and then guess what? He can land his right hand and hooks that he wants to land. I'm talking about Horn. But see how him jumping up like that? Pacquiao taking small steps to the side or back. He sees it coming, and guess what? Boom. Times him. It looks like Horn's getting a little bit tired right now. That overhand left, I know it can land, but I just think against Horn is, I think the height distance, because the few times he's caught Horn, Pacquiao, he's caught him like on the chin, but it's just like they were in close in exchange. And the moment there was some distance, I've noticed they even showed on replays, he's caught Horn like on the, like here on the chest, or grazed the chin. That's why I'm saying that overhand left, like I know it can land, but I don't think they I'm talking about Pacquiao's team. I don't think I think they thought like Ricky Hatton, we landed on Ricky Hatton, we'll do the same thing to Horn. And I don't think they understood like Hatton was almost the same height, maybe a little bit taller than Pacquiao, but Horn is a little bit more taller, so it's like they had to aim it up a little bit more. And I don't know, that's just me personally. Because I keep seeing it, and it's landing, when it lands, but it's like them more inside in exchange, or Pacquiao just catches, like, he's ducking, and then like Horn's got him like holding his head down, and Pacquiao just sneaks it up like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a few times where he's caught him with it, but it just seems like the more, like, if overall you see more of it like landing like right around here, that overhand left, instead of on the chin, like it's supposed to be right here, like, or right here, like when it landed on Ricky Hatton. So I think they might have, I think the angle, like, with shorter fighter, it was here, now it's got to aim it a little bit higher. So that's why I just keep saying, like, I don't think Pacquiao should be throwing that overhand left. Like, it's a good idea, but I don't think they made the proper adjustments. Like, like, hey, we landed here, Horn, we got landed up here, because, like I said, Hatton's the same height, Horn's a little bit taller, so you got to aim up a little bit more. But I think he should just look for more of that straight left hand. I know I keep saying it the whole fight, but I keep seeing him doing it, and it's just like, if he would just change it into that straight left hand, because that's what Pacquiao, when he first made it, he blew up on the scene, was that straight left hand. Everyone's like, holy crap, that left hand. I mean, yeah, he non-stop punching and aggression, but I'm talking about punches, was that straight left hand. It was like, oh my God. And that's what I think Pacquiao, even though I know at this point, he hasn't knocked out no one in a long time, but he's hurt fighters with that straight left hand, buzzed them, where it's like, yo, it's the same thing. It's like, he's hurt. I want to say hurt. I'll say buzzed Horn a few times, where Horn's like, you could see like he changed his whole demeanor, changed his whole game plan. Like, he may have been like, for example, maybe being aggressive, but then he got hit with a good left hand straight, and then then he starts becoming a mover. Or you see like he was like staying right there in one spot, then gets hit with a left hand, then you see him start becoming a mover. Like, you see him change. So that's one way. Another way you can tell, like, it may not like hurt him, like where he's wobbling all over the place or about to go down, but you can tell a punch affected a fighter is how they change in the fight. But I gave that 10-8 Pacquiao, or 10-9, sorry, I don't know why I said 10-8, thinking knockdowns and stuff. But I think Pacquiao is doing a lot better, catching him with that straight left hand, catching him with combos. But it's just that overhand left, that's the only thing I would want to take away if I was in Pacquiao's corner. I'd be like, stop, trying to go. I think Pacquiao wants that knockout so bad, and I think his team, because that's another thing, is like he went on a huge knockout spree, and it's like it's been a long time. So I think this is what's they're trying to really get that knockout. And I just be like, listen, man, let's just beat the guy, just beat him to beat him. If the knockout comes, it comes, but don't try to force it. And I think, in spots I can see them trying to force, and I think by them trying to force it, they get into unnecessary exchanges with Horn, or they get a little sloppy and Horn catches them off balance. I would just tell Pacquiao, let your hands go, shoot that straight left, give me a little bit more jabs, and make sure you just keep using your feet and your angles. Like, I know it's like kind of sound like it's the same thing over and over, but it's not really a hard fight. Really, like Horn can't compete with Pacquiao when Pacquiao's moving, working the jab and shooting that straight left hand, or especially when Pacquiao sees him take a step back and then shoot his combos. Like you can see the skill difference. Like it is like there's a huge skill gap. So it's like really keep it the same. It's like just that's me. That's just me. So I'm just saying this because in case you guys are like, damn, he keeps saying the same thing. It's like skill gap. So it's like really if corner, as a trainer, like I wouldn't be telling like, oh, like, keep doing what you're doing, really, man. I mean, we can do small adjustments, like, like I said, take that overhand left, don't stay inside with Horn and stuff like that. But overall, like the main thing, got a minute to tell him, I'll just tell him simple stuff like that. Horn, on the other hand, I would just be like, listen, man, like, I would tell him go for the knockout right now. I'll be honest with him. I'm like, listen, you gotta go for the knockout. Like, you gotta go for a knockout. Pressure him, work the jab, body, bang that body, hit the body, and then come up with the uppercuts, back in the uppercuts, and then back to that body. Wear him down, beat him down, because it's getting to a point where, at least on my scorecards and from how I'm seeing it, it's a huge gap that the only way he can win is a knockout or getting multiple knockdowns. So I would tell him, like, listen, man, let your hands go, uppercuts, pressure him. Don't start trying to jump in with just that straight right hand or jump in with a hook. Like, work your jab, get you on the inside, and fully extend your shots. Because there's sometimes Horn will catch him with a jab, or he'll catch him, but then he'll punch literally this short, and it's like you're missing. It's like, extend that right hand, even if you're in close, extend it like this. Even if you try to go for overhand, you see what I'm saying? But there's times where he's literally like doing it that short. Like, you could tell Horn he wants to be an inside fighter. And I'll be like, listen, yeah, we're a taller fighter, take advantage your long arms, but get inside, and then you can throw those punches, but use those long arms to fully extend, and then you can step in and then be on the inside, make it rough. And that's what I would tell him, like, you have to make it rough. Keep pushing Pacquiao back. You can't stay there trying to exchange with him, trying to box with him. He's out boxing you this whole time. Pressure him, pressure, and keep working bodies and uppercuts, especially that uppercut. If you want to throw a headshot, uppercut him a lot. But let's hop into round number 9 and see how that goes. Round number 9. See, that's what Horn needs to do. Be aggressive like that. That's what he needs to do, just like that. Now Pacquiao is back in the middle of the ring, and that's good. Pacquiao got back. This is where Pacquiao should be. But don't stay there, and don't keep leaning to that left, because that's Horn's caught him a few times with that straight right hand. See, this is what Pacquiao, when he uses his feet, Horn misses, because Horn's just trying to jump in and get him the inside, and Pacquiao, by him using his feet, is keeping him off balance and keeping that space. So it's making it hard for Horn to get in close to let his shots go. So I think the referee should have told Horn not to lean on him. So I think Horn should be trying to pressure again, let his hands go. But I think Horn may be tired. So, and Pacquiao's letting his hands go. Can definitely see Pacquiao like picking the pace up. He's feeling confident. Horn is just trying to hold. Same thing with Pacquiao. I think, with Horn being tired right now, I think Pacquiao should just slide his hands back. Oh, good right hook. Yeah, you can see Pacquiao was looking for the power shots now. Like, he's trying to go for that knockout. But he's going for that overhand left. I think he should go for that straight left hand. Like, I think that straight left hand to the body or to the head will be his, like that straight left hand right there. That's going to help him a lot. Yeah, you can see Horn, I think he's buzzed with fatigue a little bit. And this is why, hey, see, that's what I think Pacquiao should keep doing, is that left hand. Keep throwing that left hand, but as he pressures, work the jab. Don't let Horn see you coming. Nah, he shouldn't be trying to look for that overhand left, and that cut is open up real wide on Horn's face. At least there's a lot of blood I see. So you can see Horn's like wearing down. I think Pacquiao should just keep picking up the pace like how he's doing. But don't headhunt so much. I think he should be aiming to the body. So in case if Horn does duck, he'll catch him either to the body or his head will duck right where the Pacquiao shooting to the body and catch him in the head. Good overhand left that he caught him. So that was a very good round for Pacquiao, 10-9. I think Horn is getting tired really, really bad. He's fatiguing, and if I was in Pacquiao's corner, I'd be like, listen, now let's go for that knockout, okay? Let's pick it up, shoot your straight shots, pick up, let your hands go, but do not look for that overhand too much. Because, and I said too much, he can look for it if he wants. I prefer, me personally, this is just me personally, I prefer him not throw that overhand left at all. I prefer him to throw straight left hand. But it seems like, that's a big part of the game plan. So I would say, listen, don't throw it as much. Shoot that left hand straight a lot because you were landing a lot that straight left hand. So shoot it up, head, body, keep mixing it up. And then guess what? Then act like you're going to shoot that straight left hand to the body. Duck low, and then guess what? Come over to the top and catch him like that. But I would tell him, pick up the pace, push the pressure now. Pacquiao would say, push it because he looks like he's ready to go. He's hurt, he's tired. I'm like, he's ready to go. Pick it up. Don't take your foot off the gas, especially to the body. Keep wearing him down. With someone tired like that, just touch. It doesn't even have to be a lot of shots to the body. Keep touching to left hand to the body. Just boom, hit him a couple of times and then finish with left hand to the body. Every once in a while, sneak a left hand to the body and then come back up top with a hook and just keep wearing him down and pick up that pace and let's get him out of here. Horn, I would just tell him like, listen, man, if you're tired, move. But don't let Pacquiao know, because you can see like he's wobbling all over the place. He's exhausted. I'm like, Pacquiao gained a lot more confidence and he let his hands go a lot more and put the pressure on you because you let him know. I'm like, listen, I know you're tired. If you're hurt, that's all right. But you got to suck it up. All right, so act like you're tired. Hands up, move, and guess what? Pacquiao comes, throw a counter, left hook, right hand, left hook, throw a right hand, and then tie him up, spin him around, and get back in the middle ring, or tie him up, let the referee break it up. Guess what? You step around, get in the middle ring, so you have more of the ring to use around. Let your hands go. Don't just sit there exhausted and just trust me, I know in a fight, I know you can be exhausted, you're not thinking, but don't give that other fighter more confidence. Like you can see Pacquiao gained a lot more confidence and came back to life. I'm like, listen, man, just here, stay tight. Even if your hands are here, giving yourself a break, shake it off, and then he comes in, boom, or even jab, just pop him with a jab. He comes in, you're not ready, boom, just a nice quick jab, stiff jab, just keep him all bouncing and step around. But I'll tell him once again, we need a knockout. So let's hop in round number 10 and see how that goes. Round number 10. So Horn's coming aggressive. I think that's a smart move to let Pacquiao know, like, hey, I wasn't hurt, or I'm not tired. Just to not let Pacquiao continue to build on that momentum he had in the 9th round. Good counter hook from Pacquiao. And if I was Pacquiao, I would feint a lot more and try to act like you're gonna try to keep a fast pace and throw a couple shots. See if Horn's really tired or not. See how he is, and then make your adjustments right there. Cause he could be right now just giving a quick burst and then fade out later part of the round. So that's why I would see if Horn is if he's really okay, or if he's, just fighting in quick bursts. But I don't like that Pacquiao's backing up and letting Horn come back in this round, especially after a great 9th round he had. He should, try to set traps, counters for Horn and not let him win this round. Because that gives Horn confidence, like, hey, I'm still in this fight. I can still win it. You know, I still got a chance. I think like right now Pacquiao should be working that jab. And see, I don't think he should let Horn get in close where he's holding Horn. I think he should try to work in there, you know, make Horn uncomfortable. Because remember, the last round it looked like he was hurt, he was tired. It looked like, especially that towards the last, I want to say 30 seconds, he hit him with an overhand left, and Horn stumbled back. It looked like, you know, at any given moment he might get stopped or dropped. So it's like, you know, bring back those rounds. Like maybe I'm still not recovered. I'm still, you know, put doubts in his mind. You see what I'm saying? Pacquiao was looking for that overhand left. I think Pacquiao let Horn win this round. Like, I think he's just trying to counter too much with that overhand. I mean, that right hook and then that overhand left. And he's not using what he was winning the fight, stepping back, shooting his combo, shooting that straight left hand. Like, I really think this is a good round for Horn, especially coming after that 9th round he had. Like, this is a very good, like, honestly, like, if I was in Horn's corner, I wouldn't be too mad. I'd be like, you know, that was kind of a recovery round that we needed, but we won that round. You see, and Pacquiao tried to come on late at the last 10 seconds, but I think he should have been doing that in the early part of the round. So that's 10-9 Horn. But he should have been doing that early part to see, you know, is Horn just giving one last, like, hurrah, like, I'm giving you everything I got. Am I fighting the spots? Am I fully recovered? Like, I think he should have picked the pace up. And like I'm saying, not going out, but like feinting a lot more. You know, throwing a couple quick shots. See how Horn reacts. You see what I'm saying? Then you can be able to make your adjustments right after that. But I think it was a very good round. If I was in Horn's corner, I would tell him, like, listen, we still need a knockout. Don't get me wrong. We still need a knockout to win. But that was a lot better. You recovered. You were able to let your hands go. I'll be like, listen, good. You fully recovered. I'll ask him, like, how you feel. If he says he's good, I'm like, listen, we got to go after him. Pressure, pressure, pressure. But not crazy. I'm not saying get reckless, but I'm saying let your hands go. Move your head, hands up, and work your way on the inside, and then let your hands go. Pacquiao tries to hold you. Take a small step and let uppercuts, hooks fly, but then get right back in his chest. Don't give him a break. We have to go for that knockout. I'm like, listen, non-stop pressure, pressure. And I would be like, don't let your hand, well, when I say let hand go, I don't mean like throw like non-stop punch you, but I'll be like, you know, like every shot you got to go hard shots, every shot, and not hard as you can, but hard. And when you see that opening, then you rip it as hard as you can, because we got to drop him or we got to stop him, stop him preferably. But if I was Pacquiao, I'd tell him, like, Pacquiao, we had a great 9th round, you let him come back in the 10th round, but all he did was outwork you, and then you try to get, you know, aggressive the last 10 seconds, and then trying to shoot that overhand left. Like, relax, man, relax. We almost had him out. Keep working your jab, aim at his chest, and then shoot that left hand. Quick, left hands, 1-2s, 1, 2, 3, like up and down, like just pop, just quick shots, left hand. Like, you don't have to look for that one big shot. Let's break him down. This whole fight, we've been breaking him down, so we can land that one punch. But I'll be like, let your hands go. Don't try to look for that overhand left or that counter right hook. Like, if you see that counter right hook, you know, left hand right hook, or right hook and then finish with that left hand. Like, let combos go. Don't just depend on that one big punch. And that's what I felt like Pacquiao was trying. Like, he was standing more like flat-footed to land that, you know, knockout. Like, I'm gonna that knockout punch that's gonna be like spectacular. I think that's what, like I said, I think Pacquiao is really wanting that spectacular knockout again, and that's why he's trying to load up and look for that one big shot. But I think he should let his hands go. Just let him go. So, but let's hop in round number 11 and see how that goes. Round number 11. See, this is what Horn needs to do. But don't let Pacquiao off the hook. Cut the ring off and pressure him. Let the hands go. Keep pressuring him. Keep him on those ropes. That's where you want him. And Pacquiao, I wouldn't. See, ref, tell him about the forearm. But, okay, there you go, finally. But Horn shouldn't be, like, pressed up against Pacquiao. He should create some small space where he can still punch and let his hands go. Good left hand from Pacquiao. Good left hand to the body. Pacquiao's definitely letting his hands go, that left hand going this left round. That's where Horn wants to be, but small space where he can still punch. See, like he's not throwing effective punches. He should have a small space where he can still be in his stance and punch off that. I'm talking about Horn. He shouldn't be on top of Pacquiao. And that was a good move, Pacquiao, getting out of that, off the ropes. But Pacquiao shouldn't be headhunting. He should be aiming to left hand to the body. Because Horn, what Horn is doing, he's trying to pull back, but he stands tall when he pulls back. So it leaves all that body exposed. So you should shoot that left hand to the body. So I saw Pacquiao trying to mix it up and throw an uppercut to Horn's body. I like the changeup, but he should have been a little bit crisper with that. Good left hand to the body. I like Pacquiao's left hand, the straight left hand in this round. He's doing real good. Pacquiao needs to work that jab just to keep Horn off balance, like, you know, and make it easier for him to set up that left hand again. What's going on? Oh, tape. Okay. See, you could tell Pacquiao's a nice, humble guy, because like he could have let that left hand rip and no one would have got mad, but you see, he didn't let it go and then he touched afterwards. Even though Horn's being real dirty, you can still see Pacquiao, like the good nature of him. Like he's a humble guy. Yeah, you can see he's looking for that overhand left, but I think he should go back to that straight left hand. Especially this round was kind of one of the better examples of how that straight left hand is money for him. Like it's working nonstop, and that's like that footwork too. Like how Pacquiao's footwork is keeping Horn off balance, and you know, Horn can't really get in the range or get his punches off because Pacquiao's using his footwork, and that was a 10-9 Pacquiao. Like Pacquiao did real good with his left hand. He started letting that left hand go a lot, and it was straight. You saw straight body, head. It was a lot of head, but there was a few good body shots. And see, that was kind of more like I was saying, more the idea of like how what I was kind of like saying, like shoot more left hands. Like that round was a better example of illustrated why I kept saying shoot straight left hands, head and body, because you see it was landing at will. It was landing whenever he wanted it. And if it did miss, like he was in no danger, you see what I'm saying? But when he throws that overhand left, see the danger comes is like if you miss, you see he's in close range, and guess what? Horn can be forearm, he could be laying on him. This is just a lot of things, headbutts. So it's like you put yourself in danger, like, okay, if I miss, you know, I have that where we're in close, we can get fighting insider, but that straight left hand, it puts him out. That you see, like Horn like tries to, like Horn is trying to lean back and avoid it like that. See, it puts Horn at a disadvantage, so he can't do nothing dirty, and that's another reason why I kept saying Pacquiao should shoot that straight left hand. If I was in Pacquiao's corner, I'd be like, listen, man, careful the first 30 seconds. I said he may come out guns blazing. Just be aware, work your jab, footwork, let your left hand go. But if he doesn't, I'll say if you want to close the show, pressure him, working that jab, shoot your left hand, let it go, but be smart, because he's desperate. He's going to be desperate. He's going to come out. So I'm like, you know, keep moving your head, using your footwork. If he comes out reckless, throwing it, use your footwork. Use your footwork and tie him up. Footwork and tie him up, and then every once in a while, step back and then shoot that left hand. Get out. Don't try to sit there, but if he's just like bouncing around like how he's been doing the whole fight, just start letting your hand work that jab, let the left hand go up and down, and then right off that, come back with your jab, left hand, that combo that Pacquiao's known for. He's known for that 1-2, 1-2, right off that. And I'll say just let it go body, and then come up to the head, or head, go to body, mix it up like head, body, head, or just however, just change it up, keep them off balance, and then let's close the show like that. Horn, I'll be like, listen, Horn, throw everything out the window, go get him, pressure him, let your hands go. Let your hands go. Like keep that guard up here. Work that jab. Get on the inside. Every shot you throw, is a knockout shot. Rip him, uppercuts, body shots, every headshot, cut the ring off, and don't hold him. He gets in the inside, you push him off, or you uppercut, step back, uppercuts to him trying to come inside. Do not try to don't let him hold you. You gotta knock him out. You gotta knock him out. It's either knock him out and that's it. But that's what I would tell him. But let's hop in round number 12 and see how that goes. 12th and final round. See, this is what I didn't want Pacquiao to do. This is exactly what I was saying Jeff Horn needed to do. Pacquiao should have been moving. He should have been trying to stay there. And this is what Horn needs to keep doing. Keep coming forward. Like right there, he should try to like move his hand or push Pacquiao's head away. Start letting his hands go. He can't. Horn shouldn't be letting their referee breaking it up and killing that clock. He should be pressuring. Good straight left hand to the body from Pacquiao. Now Pacquiao, he sees that Horn is desperate. He should just stay back, work the jab, or just take a step back and shoot that straight left hand. Like he should let Horn do all the work for him and then just counter him with that left hand. But he should not stay in place like that. He should take a step back. Use his footwork. He should not abandon everything that he's been doing this whole fight. What's going on? Third time for the tape. I think they should like retape. Well, not right now, but they should have retaped his gloves. Don't pull straight back, Pacquiao. Good overhand left. But Horn, he needs to keep letting his hands go like that. And then uppercuts in there. Fight. That's what Horn should be doing. He shouldn't let Pacquiao flurry like that. That was a good flurry from Pacquiao. But Horn is trying to throw that overhand right. I think, like I said, Horn should be uppercuts and body shots. That's what Horn should be doing. And that was good counter from Pacquiao. He saw Horn coming forward, caught him. But he shouldn't stay there. Like, when he stays there, it gives Horn, chances to punch and land and could swing in his favor and make it look like he was winning. Like when it's a boxing match, you could tell Pacquiao is winning. When it's a brawl, then it's like favoring Horn. It's giving Horn a chance. I think Pacquiao should have came forward, pressing behind that jab. He just tried to run in with that straight overhand left. And Horn saw that coming. He should have worked that jab. Yeah, see how Pacquiao's trying to look for that overhand left? I think he should just shoot that straight left hand. That's his money shot. See, like that. It's right there. It's quick. He doesn't have time to react, and it catches him off guard. See, with that overhand left, it gets him in close, and that's the only reason I don't like it. Especially with someone like Horn, he shouldn't be doing it. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm like a bigger guy who's got size and is dirty. You don't want to get in close. You want to keep him on the outside, where you're a lot better working off. Pacquiao's a little crazy. Pacquiao's funny, but I gave that 10-9 Horn. I think Pacquiao trying to box and exchange with Horn and try to fight, I think that hurt him. I think just Horn capitalized on letting his hands go and just pretty much just letting his hands go and being the aggressor and stuff. Pacquiao was just too busy trying to like stay in his ground and look for a big overhand left, or he would just stay there and let Horn work for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Should have used his footwork and used that straight left hand, because there's spots where you saw where he was here, bump, he just shot real quick and boom, caught Horn off guard. But I'm gonna tally up my scorecard, guys. I'm gonna let you know. Well, first we're gonna hear what the judges say. Then I'm gonna tell you if I agree with them, and then I'm gonna tell you my scorecard. But tally up your scorecard and then get ready to let me know in the comments below like how you score it. But let's hear what the judges have to say. So I'm sorry, guys. I've tried to pull up the video. There's apparently no video I can find with them saying the scorecards of the Pacquiao-Horn fight, and I can figure out why. Because I didn't know this. I'm gonna be honest. This is my first time watching this fight, and I'm gonna explain some stuff going on. But listen, I had it 116-112, 8 rounds to 4 for Pacquiao. And I was playing the commentators. One of the commentators said he had it 115-115 for Pacquiao, or 115-115. He had it a draw. One, that's crazy. That scorecard is crazy to me. How you had the fight a draw? I thought, to me, clearly Pacquiao won this fight. Clearly, to me. And I thought that was bad. Then I looked it up on the internet, on BoxRec, and this is where I really see why they don't put the scorecards up. Because two judges had 115, 113 Horn. You're like, how can you have it for Horn? Here's the worst one of them all. 117, 111 for Horn. How do you score that fight for Horn is beyond me. Especially when you score 117, 111. I don't know what that judge was watching. Like, honestly, that judge, that must have been Jeff Horn's best friend in the whole world scoring that fight, because I don't see it. Don't get me wrong. Horn, you know, Pacquiao is a legend, an icon. He's one of the greatest of all time. One of the greatest. He goes down one of the greatest. He's done remarkable things. You give Horn credit, yeah, for being in there, for staying tough, for not getting stopped, for, you know, giving Pacquiao a hard fight. But really, to me, it was kind of clear, like, Pacquiao won the rounds 8-4, and they were talking, I heard the commentators were saying, like, oh, some of the rounds were close. And I'm not talking about the Teddy Atlas, Timothy Bradley commentators. There was another commentator on the video I was watching, and they were just saying, like, some rounds were close, they weren't sure. And to me, it wasn't close. It was Pacquiao won. You knew it was Pacquiao's round because of the punches he was landing, the combinations, you see when Pacquiao kept his distance and used his feet, it was clear to me. You could see Horn was just missing, getting hit with shots, and he was just getting tagged up, pieced up, and he got cut from a punch, unlike Pacquiao was getting cut from headbutts. So it was like, to me, it was clear. And then the ones Horn won, it was more he won because Pacquiao wasn't using his feet, and Horn was like letting his hands go. But even then, he wasn't still landing no big hard shots. It was more he was letting his hands, he was outworking Pacquiao, just letting his hands go. It wasn't like, it was nothing like, oh my God, he's completely won that round down. Like, I'm just sitting here like, this honestly, like, after all the controversial fights that we've done, I think this might be, like, I'm trying to think, this might be like the second biggest robbery of the fights that I've done that I broke down, where I'm like, what are you scoring it? Like, seriously? Like, I really don't know. Like, to me, it was like, to me personally, this is kind of like, yo, Pacquiao, leave. Like, we want someone else as a champ, or I'm just thrown back. And the reason I said I was going to explain later, I've heard a lot of people saying, I heard people saying Pacquiao looked done, washed up, he was finished, this isn't the Pacquiao no more, we're not used to, Pacquiao's done. I heard Horn was like, extremely, like, they were saying, like, he's really dirty, this and that. I'm going to break a few things down. Let me go with Pacquiao first. Pacquiao, to me, didn't look done in this fight. From what I was hearing, like, I didn't see this fight live, and this is, like I said, this is my first time watching the fight. Me personally, I think Pacquiao looked pretty good. Like, is this the Pacquiao we've known, we've seen? If you follow Pacquiao's whole career, is this the Pacquiao at his peak? No, absolutely not. This is not Pacquiao, but this wasn't the worst performance I've seen from Pacquiao. I've seen some bad ones where you were like, okay, that was like, but this wasn't the worst. Like, I think more so, like I explained, I think this was more Pacquiao was trying to look for the knockout. That's why I think, like, he may have seemed a little slow, or, you know, maybe his timing on certain punches was like that. Like I said, that overhand left, like, he kept looking for that overhand left. And like I said, me personally, this is just me, I don't think they adjusted with Hatton. I kept saying it in the video, I'll keep saying it again. I think, you know, Hatton was like the same height as Pacquiao, so it was easy to land. Horn being a little bit taller, like, they should have aimed up. Like, if you watch a lot, like I said, it's landing on this area of Horn's body, so they didn't adjust to aim for the chin. Like I said, if they would have just took that away, I think, and switched it for the straight left hand, I think it would have been a more dominant performance, and I think it might have even stopped or dropped Horn. But I don't think Pacquiao was done. I don't think he was finished. Like, to me, it wasn't a bad performance. I think it was a pretty good performance for how Pacquiao is at this stage of his, or at that stage of his, you know, career. Horn was dirty. Don't get me wrong. Horn, like, I'm gonna shift to Horn right now. Horn was dirty. He was very dirty. I think referee should have took a point, but I don't think he was as dirty as everyone made it out to seem. Like, I was expecting, like, truth be told, like, from what I was hearing, like, I was expecting to see elbows, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was expecting to see like some WWE type stuff, because just the way people were explaining to me, they're like, Horn's the dirtiest fighter I've ever seen. He was doing this and that, and I was expecting to see, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like I pointed out there was one time where Horn hit Pacquiao with an elbow in the back of the head and stuff. There was head clashes. There was, Horn was laying on Pacquiao, like he was dirty, but I don't think it was extreme. I think people were extreme with it. Like I think it was just so caught up in the moment, and people were just mad, and they robbed Pacquiao. Like I think it was hurt. Like they were just like jumping on a lot of things. Like don't get me wrong, Horn was dirty, and like I said, I think he should have had points taken away, but I don't think he was as bad as everyone says he was. Like this is me just looking on the outside in. Like I would have, if it was me, if I was Pacquiao, I would have complained. I would have had my corner complain on him. I would have, I would have said something after the fight, but like I don't think, like I said, like the way people were making it seem, like I was expecting to see like Horn was throwing Pacquiao out of the rings, he was suplexing. Like I'm not kidding. Like when I heard it, I didn't see. Like I said, I forgot what I was doing, but I couldn't watch the fight live. But like when people were telling me, I was expecting to see like some WWE type stuff. Like it was like how they were making Horn seem was like he was just basically like they were cheating completely for him, and it wasn't that. Like I could see the referee wasn't doing it, I think because he wasn't like being stern and assertive because it was in the hometown, but I don't think it was as bad as everyone seems. But I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the other thing is the judges. Like what in the hell were they watching? I know the WBO made them rewatch it, and I think they had 6 judges score the fight, and I think 5 of them still scored Horn and 1 scored it for Pacquiao. Like I still don't think, like I want to sit down and see how are these judges scoring. Like what are the, like I want to know, like honestly, like truth be told, like what are your scoring criteria? Like when you become a judge, this is what I really want to know. Is like when you become a judge, how are you scoring? Like what do they teach you to score it on? Because I don't see, like you can't say Horn was aggressive. He was in spots, but he was like moving around. We saw him moving, trying to jump in. So that's not effective aggressiveness. That's not even aggressiveness. Like, yeah, when he was pushing Pacquiao on the ropes, and that's aggressiveness, but it landed what, 10, 15, 20 seconds? And that was it? You don't win a round on 20 seconds. At least most of them. I say that because people shoot shine, and I can go more into that some other time. But Pacquiao, who's landing the cleaner, harder shots? Pacquiao. Who? Pacquiao hurt Horn a couple of times. And people are going to always go to 9th round, but you saw how I kept saying, I'm like, yo, he buzzed him a little bit. Horn, oh well. Hold on, I'll turn that off, sorry. But Horn, what do you, like what were you doing? Like were you scoring punches that were missing? And I'm like, oh yeah, that was Horn. Like activity wise, like are you scoring? Like it's just so many things. Like honestly, I might make a video for you guys, like when I'm watching a fight, what am I looking for? Like the criteria, some of the criteria of how to judge a fight, because I really honestly, like how do you score it? Like there's no way you can score it for Horn. Like I'm really honestly like sitting back analyzing, thinking like, okay, and to me none of the rounds were like close. Like I mean for a brief moment, like in the beginning of the rounds, like there were some that were like, I even said it once or twice, I'm like, it was like an round, like, but then Pacquiao came out, or it was whatever. Like I don't see, like to me this is definitely, it was a big robbery. Definitely Pacquiao should have still been champion on this, but I don't know. Let me know, guys, how you scored the fight, who you thought won, how you score, and why you thought they won. Like, and if you thought Horn won, please explain to me. Like I'm not gonna argue with you guys. I just want to have, like, maybe you could see something, you could point something out to me so I can see how you scored and why you thought. But me personally, I see Pacquiao won 8 rounds to 4. To me, those 8 rounds were convincing, easy, and that's just me though. But 116, 112, like I said, that's how I have it. But until next time, guys, I'll see you. As always, check out my other playlist of my other controversial fights, and make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can tune in to vote and let me know what next controversial fight you want me to break down. But this is Castigador. Until next time, guys, I'll see you.